Any last incriminating things you would like to say?
Mm-mm.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 10 of No Hiatus podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jesus. To my right, the best of friend of the man of many names, the man who'd rather sleep in a car because you can't drive a house, Josie Josefo. Jose, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I mixed the names up and it just fucking sent it. The hentai senpai himself, the reform senpai, not really.
No, I finally took your advice and I've been putting not interested.
I'm telling you, dude, that's the only way.
I've been putting not interested, and
Everyone who complains about like adult accounts, I'm like, bro, you just need to not interested. Because that's the easiest way.
it's funny because I've only done that to 2 posts.
Yeah.
Last night.
Also, look at the top. I just put it on the dock just for no reason.
What?
The fucking horchata and Jamaica y the aguas.
Uh-huh.
And it don't turn you on a little bit.
Oh,
No.
I was trying to read like the links.
no,
No.
no.
I see that, and I'm like, Walmart. What? I was so confused. I was so fucking confused for a minute.
Dog. Anyway, my bad. So you're not interested?
I did that last night, and then this morning.
You got to fight, dude.
Even now, I haven't gotten any.
Yeah.
And low-key kind of disappointing and depressing. Because that's crazy. Oh!
Suck ass. That's what you got to do.
That's not a tutty, dude.
No.
Come on. You know it's not. Wait, they gave it to them?
No, he saved the touchdown.
Okay.
He should have leveled his ass. Got to get your weight up. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, he should have. I don't know why he didn't like just spear the shit out of him. Is that allowed?
Sort of. He's I think he weighs like 50, 60 more pounds than he does. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I was looking for some content to,
Let's crank it.
Yeah, and I couldn't find any. That's crazy. I guess you could say he stuck the landing.
He did.
But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to let you know that I'm slightly reformed.
Slightly reformed.
Yeah.
Anyway, how have you been? What have you been up to aside from trying to reform yourself on Twitter or X?
I've been all right. What have I been doing? People at work have been testing me.
Like
customers.
I got it.
Like everybody wants a 2-piece combo right now.
I'm telling you.
And it's just, this is what I was telling Shady when I was trying to tell you last time that I feel like there needs to be a giant reset. Or that, remember, I don't know if you remember, there was one time I was having a conversation with you and I'm like, I don't know, I feel like something's coming. Like it's just, I think I found better words to describe it. People are idiots.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's because I'm noticing it more. I genuinely think people are just fucking stupid.
You're not wrong with that.
I'll do one example from this whole week.
Shoot.
I was getting yelled at by some dude because I was giving him what he asked for.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't ask for that. And then I printed the receipts, right? I'm like, my guy, is this, the Patrick email or the Patrick meme where it's like, is this your wallet?
Yeah.
Is this your ID? ID is in the wallet.
Yeah.
It was like that where it's like, is this not your email? Yes. Is this not your name, date of birth, everything? Yes. Is this not the email that is linked to that? Yes. This is the email asking us to do this. So is that not you asking us to do this? And he's like, no, but that's not what I wanted.
Yep.
So it's like, my guy, it's literally, and I mean, I fixed it for him, right? But like, I was telling him, I'm like, I don't understand why you're getting mad at me when I'm literally doing what you wanted me to do.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Yeti about it this morning, and I'm like, I think what it is people are just fucking stupid. And instead of being like, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up, right? That's on me.
Yeah.
They're just like, nah, wasn't me.
So, since this is our last pod of 2023, I wanted to go all kinds of different ways versus just the standard, like, yo, we're just going to talk about an episode and stuff like that, right? So, this is kind of perfect. So,
okay.
So, I side with you.
We really don't have much anime content
Yeah, so that's why I have a lot of non-anime shit for today.
No, that's good.
I side with you because I went back to my old job. You know how I go for like.
You was there. I was gonna ask you how that was.
I was there for like 3 days.
Right.
Because my manager got promoted to store manager.
Shout out
Shout
at
out her.
that store?
No, at a different one.
Rip. I hate when they do that.
I'll tell you which one. It's not too far.
Okay.
So, but
Mewtwo Build store?
no, the other way.
Rip.
I don't even know if Mewtwo Build still works at that one. Shout out her. But anyway, and same deal, bro. People are just potatoes. But I realized now that and it might be different, right? Because you're there every day and you have to be there every day, right?
Mm-hmm,
or 5 days a week, whatever it is.
Right.
But I was like my mindset, my last like 6-7 months full time there was pretty bad, and I'm willing to admit that. Where I'm like, hey, like I realized that like 80% of the people that come here are zombies, and for me, a zombie is someone who like lacks. And we talked about this with the thing with your brother, right? And Junior and like the younger gen coming up, where it was like
just essentially lacks drive
and critical thinking and deductive reasoning and all this stuff.
Yes.
I realized that that's a lot of people that go to the places that you and I used to work at, where it's like they just lack those things, and they like literally have to be influenced to do something. And it's hard for people, especially because you're like a really smart dude, right? For someone like you to interact with them, because I'm assuming you probably treat them the way you would treat me, our other friend Sports Star, a couple of our other friends, and even like some of your other friends, where it's like, hey, I assume you to be at my level of like common sense, again, critical thinking, deductive reasoning, all that stuff, right? And something I've realized over the years is like a lot of people aren't just there, aren't there, and you have to treat them very, very differently. Like in terms of like you just have to be more, you have to be more tolerant and like more understanding. And like, hey, I can't judge you the way I judge me or each other right here, right? Because you're just not gonna be able to keep up, one, and two, our friend's ex-girlfriend that was like, you think too fast. That's like a high majority of people that like just don't have it up here. And that's okay, right? Not everybody's meant to do what you do, and what you accomplished, and vice versa over here, and what some of my other friends did. But me and my friend, I'll call him Comfy. I'll give you the real name after. We were talking about it because I was watching him stream because he started streaming again, and I was like, and we were talking about stuff like that, and I'm like, bro, you just can't do that, and you know it, right? I was like, you just know that you can't judge. The questions people ask you are very telling as to their level of I'll call it intellect, for lack of a better word, right? It's very different if I come to you complaining about I'm out of cold brew and I'm just complaining, oh no, like this cold brew sucks and blah 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 blah, right? Versus like, oh, I could just try a different cold brew.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's like make your cold brew better because I don't want to go somewhere else.
Right. Versus like, oh, dog, I can just like, hey, do you know like do you know a different cold brew? Because I don't like this one, so I can go buy that one instead or try it.
I think like deductive reasoning has left the chat. You know?
Absolutely.
And I think that's what's pissing me off. It's like a lot of people bitch about recently the service, the lack of like,
especially in restaurants, it's tough.
At my gig, well. Can I name drop businesses or not?
Yeah, fuck it.
So,
as long as it's not the businesses that we used to work at.
No, right. So Shady and I and my sister, there was one Thursday night, right? I think actually last Thursday night or I don't know. The cheese days that we went to Buffalo Wild Wings because my sister was feeling wings, right? And she said, "Oh, let's go to B-Dubs. They got wings on sale." You know, a BOGO, whatever, right? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm down, right? It was, I don't know if I've told you the experience we've had. It was one of the worst experiences that we've ever had.
I go there with E. Miley, like occasionally, like maybe like once every like 2-3 weeks. And go ahead.
The wings still smack, right?
Sort of, depends, but yeah.
from what I remembered, right? I like traditional because I feel like it's got more flavor and
it's
it
just,
tastes better.
and you always get the quality. So you're right. Yeah,
I feel like traditional to me always tastes better, but it was boneless night, so I went boneless, right? We got there. We sat ourselves because there was no one at the little standing booth, and I know they don't usually sit you when you go to the bar, but I just wanted someone to be like, yeah, why don't y'all go sit? Like some direction, right? I don't want to just go walk in to an establishment like I own the place, right? Mm-hmm. So we walked in, nobody was at the little booth, so then we went straight to like the bar, which was what we were going to do anyways. So I told my sister and I told my girl, I'm like, hey, let's just go to the bar. They don't usually sit you there. You sit yourself.
Yeah, you just walk
the
in.
Bar, right? We're sitting there. It took them, I'm not even kidding you, bro, probably 10 minutes for them to acknowledge us and bring us the menus, right? Mm-hmm. And as soon as she brought us the menu, I'm like, hey, like I'm ready to order a drink because I don't know when the next time I'm going to see you is, right? Yeah. So Brenda ordered a Coke. I ordered a Sprite. Shady ordered a Corona, right?
Ronas.
So we ordered that. And when she brought us the drinks, I jokingly told the party, right? I'm like, hey, why don't we order food? Because I don't know. She's kind of taking a while, right? So I'm like, let's just order food now just to get it, right? And I told them, I'm like, food might take a while also, so let's just order food. Ordered food. Wings came out like ASAP, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't bad. So we sat down, took them 10 minutes to acknowledge us, right? She got us our drinks, and she ordered our food. Our wings then came back 10 minutes later, so we're already half an hour into this, right? I did not see our server again.
No. That's because they have no bodies, bro.
But here's my thing. I would look over at, like, the non-bar area, and they had, like, 3 or 4 servers, right? And then the bar wasn't even packed. I think if I counted the parties that were there, there was, like, 5 parties there, right? So in my head, I'm like, even if we have one server, like, bruh, come on, right? And I wasn't the only one that was getting aggravated or upset at the service. There was a table next to us, right? And then, because, like, the wife saw that I was looking for the server.
Yeah.
Because Brenda was done with her drink, right? Shady wanted an Arona. And then my sister was like, oh, I want more, but I need another drink because I can't just eat wings without a drink.
Yeah.
And I got really, really fucking fed up. So the next time that she came over, I told her, I'm like, just give me the check, please. Like, I just want to go home. And then I guess my sister and my lady friend thought I was being a Karen because as soon as we got home, my sister heated up the wings a little bit and then she started eating them. And I'm like, oh, you were still hungry? And she's like, well, yeah, I just wanted another drink. She's like, I still wanted to eat. She's like, but I literally wanted, and I told her, I'm like, why didn't you tell me? The table next to us, the guy got up to get his own drink from the drinking station. And the thing is like there was a server that came by and she saw him. And instead of like being like, sir, you can't be here. Sir, what are you doing? Sir, how can I help? She just stared at him.
It's my favorite.
And I'm just like,
but he's my favorite.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Dude, like, people are shorthanded and people don't care when they do work at places like that.
But they weren't, what I'm trying to get at is they weren't short-staffed.
But
they had the people operating.
But they also don't care when they're working at places like that.
That's what it was, in my opinion, right? Seeing the eyes as a manager, right? Someone who's managed people in an establishment. It was just they don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah. And because that's how it is.
At one point, while I'm literally waiting for a drink, right? There was the 5 to 6 servers all huddled up in the corner by the drinking station, giggling and laughing. Meanwhile, there's everybody looking for them because they want either to order, or they want wings, they want beverages. Like it was just god awful. And then the couple the family next to us that was also pissed off. The guy that got up, he got his own boxes, he got his own drink, whatever. Yeah. I think they carried their way out of paying for the tab because the server walked by. She had said something, and then the guy said, well, it doesn't matter. I got my own boxes.
Is it always empty when you go?
Yeah.
Or not empty, but like there's like no people there? Yeah.
Well, this is the first time I've gone in like, it has to have been at least a year now.
Yeah.
And I told my girl and I told my sister as we were leaving, I'm like, guys, I think I've also had another experience like this before, and that's why it's been a year since I've come back.
Yep.
I'm like, it's just I fucking forgot that the service sucks cock.
Yep.
You know? And then I thought it was decent because my brother always goes with his girlfriend. And then I told my sister, I'm like, now I understand why he's always out here for 2-3 hours, because it's not that they're talking or not that it literally just takes them that long to get service.
The one time we went recently, a couple like sometime last week or 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
it took them like 10-15 minutes to actually get our order like dialed.
So like come in and take it, right?
And I'm pretty sure we ordered before the tables in front of us and behind us and got our food last.
I don't get it. Like it was the couple, the family next to us. I'm telling you,
Weird.
I'm pretty sure when homie got his receipt, he went straight to the bar.
Yeah.
And I saw him talk to the bartender. He was about to pay, but then the bartender took the receipt and then the guy left. And I told Shady, I'm like, I don't think he paid. I don't think he physically gave them a card to pay. You know? Like, I think he was just like, dude, service is god awful. What the fuck is going on? And probably the bartender's like, yeah, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Let me comp your food. Right? Because he got the receipt.
I'm curious now, but
He got the receipt, went straight to the bartender. And like I was just staring because I'm like, whatever you do, I'm gonna do because I'm also fucking pissed, right? Perfect. Perfect.
It's gonna take them a minute to wake up, but they win in this game. Know that.
Y'all going for 2? Why risk it?
Nah. Yeah, just going for 1.
Yeah.
He always runs down when they score, unless it's like a fucking 70-yard bomb.
Yeah.
But even then, sometimes he'll like jog all the way down.
Good for him. This is what you love to see. I just don't like the Chargers.
Yeah.
But
Fucking dog shit. Should go back to San Diego.
But I'm telling you, homie was talking to the bartender, and bartender took the receipt. I did not see an exchange of card, right? And the man just came back. And then, like I asked my girl and I asked my sister, I'm like, y'all tell me, like, am I just being insensitive?
Yes and no. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier about like changing your point of view, POV. I'm sorry, I had to. That's what I'm saying. But I changing your point.
Be like this. Damn, I
That's
can't.
what I'm saying.
I can't with the plus.
No,
I can't with the plus. It's too top heavy.
Way too top heavy. What was I saying?
Changing my point of view.
Yeah, we're like, because you are in the position of power there where you work, right? Because they come to you for something, especially that important, right? Where you almost have to not be what's it called? A step over? No,
Pushover.
A pushover. Thank you. But you do have to like almost guide them. Something I'm learning from the person I work with now. You know him too, where you almost have to guide them into like calming down and like, hey, I'm trying to help you, but you got to help me help you. So let's get there, right? And this is not that conversation is not for this, right?
But threes? Threes?
Yeah, threes.
Dude, I love threes.
He's actually like a really
He's got
good
a calming voice. That's the thing with him is everything about him is calm. And I don't know if it's the Lord and Savior stricken into him.
A little bit.
But he is always like,
I won't go too much into detail into his business, but he can definitely be quite the opposite of calm. I've seen it.
oh, word.
It's crazy.
I've heard he can drink people under a table.
Both of those are accurate.
So, but he's always like, from what I've seen at least,
See.
he has the capability. He has what I wish I had, where you can. I'm sure he has a very strict line as to what is business and what is personal life.
Yeah.
And how he acts in each one.
We strictly have business talks. So every now and then I have to say a little extra to get the like, yo, are you good? Because he half the time is dead tired because he's busy as fuck.
Yeah.
But he's taught me that you have to be able to guide people to where you have to guide people to where you're at. If they're yelling at you for no dumbass reason, and that's a difficult thing to do. I'm practicing it, and I'm just a dude. It's just like impossible with some people. But what I'm going with this too is like, people don't care to work at places like that.
Nope.
So you just have to readjust your standard of
What do you expect? Standard of service you're going to receive?
yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Because again, when we were going there, right? Because that's been our spot since forever,
dude.
right?
Oksana. She
Bro.
was Gail Lewis.
Bro, they were like on it, like, hey, do you want more? Or here's a refill. They were like, just fucking bring it
Every
before.
like 5 minutes, dude.
They would literally bring the refill without you asking, while you were like 3/4 of, like, like there was still some drink in the cup.
Yep.
And that's gone now. 100%.
I think that's why I stayed at the bar that we were at when we went out with Sports Star.
Yeah.
Because the attention to service was complete night and day.
But people just don't give a fuck about that anymore. And high key blame social media a little bit. I don't think it's like social media fault, right? I don't think it's like
But it's influencing.
I don't think it's all social media's fault, but the influence it does have on people has led to people not caring about the regular stuff. I mean, even saying it like that also is part of the problem.
It's just, I don't know, dude. It's just, it's infuriating. For me, it's infuriating because, and I feel like an old guy, right? Like one of those like boomers that's always like, well, back in my days,
Because
right?
you're used to it a certain way.
But it's just annoying because to me, it's like, dog, growing up, working my very first job at Wendy's, if I was not hustling and bustling, I was doing something wrong.
If you weren't hustling and bustling and then providing like top
of the line, top
guest
tier
service, they would kill you. They would murder us.
But now it's like, oh, you can sit there and ignore your party for like 10 minutes, give attitude to them. They ask you like, hey, why do you suck? And then you get mad at them and yell at them. And that's acceptable now.
When I first started at retail, they were so honest about service,
Right.
about service. Now they're like, oh, whatever. Like they're not like whatever, right? But they're not like, it's like a lot more calm. Like I can just ignore people. And I'm just like, damn.
I've gotten to the point where I work at where I try to tell my team, I'm like, hey, if people are yelling, if people are like pissed off or whatever, just try and figure out what it is the fuck that they want and just give them what the fuck they want. Like there's no point in you being the bigger person.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to be the bigger person, you're literally going to be there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because people just always think that the customer is always right.
And that's been standard for a while.
Which is fine, but it's like, dude, just give them what the fuck they want. Get them the
Yep.
fuck out of here. Bada beam, bada boom. You're in my face for 30 minutes or 30 seconds as opposed to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I do at work. As soon as people start yelling, I'm like, hey, what do you want? Okay, can you sit down? Give me a minute. Give me 2 minutes. I got you out of here.
Yeah.
Right?
Because, yeah.
Get it ready. Bring it out. I'm like, all right, here you go.
And
Have a
that's pretty
lovely
standard.
day.
Yeah, that's
See you
pretty
next month
standard.
so we can do it again.
That's always been standard, but it's just, again.
Like,
I
I'm
think-
not asking for free shit. I'm just asking, like, give me a reason to come back, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a reason to give you my money.
Yeah.
It's just because it's kind of what you were talking, how you gave me your point of view, how it's like, this fucking cold brew sucks, right?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, hey, you know, how do I get better cold brew? Do you have recommendations? I feel like that's the same thing with a lot of these workers where it's like, I don't have any jobs. I don't have any business. Where it's like, dog, why don't we take a look and be like, why don't I have any business?
Yeah, but that's a societal thing, like I said about social media. Like I feel like a lot of people look at social media and like they see people like live. They see people's highlights, right? And they're like, damn, my life isn't like that at all. And then they're like, well, why am I trying so hard for anywhere between $10 to $20 an hour?
Right.
When it's like, yo, I can just do less and still keep the job.
Okay.
And there's rights and wrongs. I'm not here to
Right.
side on any of it.
Right.
But I don't know. That's something I noticed because I noticed this like one of the times I went to B-Dubs a couple months ago, actually, where I'm like, yo, there's no one in here in terms of customers, right? And it's still taking forever to me to get my shit.
That's how I was.
And not like a normal forever.
Right.
It's like when it's busy, I get it.
Yeah.
But there was maybe 6 to 7 tables max of customers eating. And I'm like, it's still taking
It
forever.
still feels like the place is packed.
So I'm just like, okay, cool. The cooks don't care. The people taking our order don't care. So I'm just like, And then I was all right, cool. It's probably an effect from the panoramic,
I think so.
and I just got off the holding. It doesn't matter. Let him go. I would let him score just so he gets tired. But
I don't know, dude.
yeah,
It's just, I mean, I know people will probably say the same thing about my business where I work at, right? But it's just, it's frustrating. And then I had a customer actually say how they've been going to my establishment for a minute
yeah,
and how she remembers when I used to not be in my position.
yeah.
And she's like, I remember you would always bustle, but everyone else was bustling back then.
And now
She's like, and now that it's you coming back, she's like, you're literally the only one bustling back there. Cause she was like, oh, like I'm gonna reach out to like higher ups and see if, just give you like recognition and shit,
Yeah.
right? But it's like the fact that customers are seeing like, hey, the bustle isn't there anymore. It's like,
But again, I just think people don't want to work as if they have ownership in a company when they don't have ownership in a company.
but you should have pride in what you do.
Yeah, but and I'm just rebuttaling here, right?
Right. No, and I like when you do.
What level of pride are we talking about, right? Because if I'm still getting paid, if I still have a job, that means I'm doing something good enough to keep those things. Otherwise, you would fire me. So I'm only going to do what is required.
But the bar is also set super low now.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And I know that because some of the people that we've interviewed to hire, like I'm just like, I know 100% if they were interviewing when I was still, right, a nobody, I guess. I mean, I'm still a nobody, right? But still, a nobody with more responsibilities. If they were being interviewed when I was hired, they would not get the job because they are just potatoes.
No, yeah.
So it's just
and you and I talked about this. I think the standard is just lowered.
right.
It's just kind of like, hey, like this is what's required. That's it. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I'm not siding with it, with either side. I just think as a society, at least in our area, I can't talk about the whole country, but it sounds like it's the whole country, right? Unless you're making a significant amount of money where you're kind of happy with it. But I don't know if you've noticed, and he might disagree if he ever listens to this, but our third friend also seems to be in that same boat as you, as working really hard for a good amount of money, but he also wants more money. And it's like, so what I'm trying to get at is a lot of people who are in your guys' situation who make a decent amount of money, right? Like see like the value and the pride of the work I'm doing.
Right.
But it's like, hey, that seems to only be the people making that amount of money, right?
Guys.
Right? Whereas like someone like the people that work at B-Dubs that don't make as much as you do are like, I don't make that much, so why would I try that hard? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what's going on, right? And it's like, but even you guys are noticing like, damn, like I have to work harder to get more, but do I want to work harder now and maybe not get promoted? And it's the whole battle. Right? So I just think it's like, I think people were promised, we as Americans were promised a certain thing, and that's not the way it worked out by the time we got here. I don't think the world, I think the world went completely a different direction than the way it was going when we were growing up. And I feel bad for like the generation right underneath us. Because they don't, to them, something I've noticed because of Junior 24, it's like they, like he just thinks or thought that it was like, oh yeah, this is just the way it is, so fuck it. But now he's starting to realize that he's out in the real world a little bit more. Like, oh, it's dog shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, bro, it's like that. Like people try to change it, but it only works when, changing the norms only works when a majority of us do it, right? And the minute you have a significant amount of outliers, that's when it's in, or people who don't want to change it, then it stops working. But I don't know. It's a tough situation, right? Because I think we were just raised different. That's the other thing.
I do blame the panorama, right?
Yeah.
You guys have to win the 3.
Yeah, just to make it. But I mean, they would have to do that anyway. But winning the division is what's possible.
I could see Dolphins losing against Baltimore
Or Dallas. They have 2 tough games before us, or before the Bills. So, but anyway, I don't know how we got into that conversation, but
I was just complaining and bitching and moaning about my experience at B-Dubs.
but it's not wrong, dude.
I don't know.
And it's like that everywhere. Like I've been to stores, right? Where like before people would be like, hey, do you need any help? Or if you did need help, right, there would be someone like in the general area. You'd be like, hey, like I need this. And there's none of that anymore. Or very little of that, I should say.
I mean, I noticed that at where I work at.
Yeah.
There's times where I have to stop doing what I have to do because these people are bitching that there's no one helping them. And then I go to the front and I see all the fuckers there.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Bitching and moaning.
Yeah. But, fuck. What was the topic? Damn it! I had one, but I didn't write it down, and I was gonna hope I remembered it.
You were talking before the pod about how you bought a certain someone like Lego stuff. I went holiday shopping with my sister.
How was that?
Dude, I fucking hate the malls. It reminded me why I hate going to stores and buying shit.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many people. Again, people are idiots, and it's just, it's always about me, right? But anyways, we went shopping, and we went to the Lego store because we were trying to buy gifts for my cousin's kids.
Oh, I have a conversation that we can continue talking about. It's super related, so just keep talking.
We were trying to buy gifts for my cousin's kids, and she had mentioned to us that her daughters like Legos. Mm-hmm. So we were going in there, and then we went to the Lego store. But then I was telling Shady and my sister, I'm like, hey, I feel like because they're 6 and 4, I think.
Just buy them small ones.
And I'm like, I feel like we can't buy them like the usual Legos. Like I think they need the big blocky Legos. Okay. You know, I don't think they're gonna be able to build like half the shit that's in the store. And we're walking, and then we went to the back where they have like the big like car, and they had a Ford GT that I was about to like full on send it. Like I literally was like taking it off the shelf,
and Shady was like, "No,
she doesn't care because to be fair, it's my money, right? I'm gonna spend it however the fuck I want."
True.
And I was literally about to go buy it, and then I saw the sticker price.
That's 2 conversations. Continue.
It was $160.
Yeah, Legos are expensive as tits, dude.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Welcome.
Yeah, but I really wanted to buy it. They have like a Ford GT. They have a Bugatti. They have like I think they have a some other like McLaren that you can build. But all of these motherfuckers are over $150.
So, yeah, Legos are expensive. I found that out when
you bought the thing.
Sort of when my now GIF.
Congrats.
Thank you. Was like, oh, I like Legos, and I'm like, oh, like I know they can run pretty expensive, right? But I was like, oh, like not too expensive. I saw someone that were like $200-$300, and I was like, for what?
We saw the Millennium Falcon, right? The Millennium Falcon, which I feel like that's every Star Wars / Lego fan's wet dream.
Yeah, just to build that.
And I'm like, because I think it's over 10,000 pieces. I think is what it is.
It might be. I'm not sure.
It's some ridiculous number.
I'd much rather build the OG Gundam for $300.
So yes, we went to another store that
$400
was like all like Japanese stuff because we bought my cousin.
So what?
No, in the mall, at Woodfield.
Got it.
We went to another Japanese store and I saw all the Gundams that were there, and I was so tempted to buy another one. There was a big boxed one that was like $60, but it was like master class.
Yeah.
And I told Shady, I'm like, I'm not master class yet. I'm like, I built the other one that was like, I think the level under master class. Yeah. And that shit took me. Oh, I was on Discord with you. Yeah. I was on Discord with you when I was building it. It took me like 3 hours.
Yep.
But yeah.
Broly took me 2, and I didn't have a file to file the edges.
So
it looks bad, and I want to go back and like file the edges, but I don't want to take it apart because I'm not gonna know how to put it back. So I'm just like,
that's what I told Yadi. I'm like, I don't know.
He's just gonna stay like that.
I don't know where all my shit is.
Yeah.
Because I used to have a little kit. I don't know where it is.
I actually bought one because of that. Because I actually wanted to buy the OG Gundam that's like, I don't know, it's like a couple, like, it's like 1,000 pieces or something. And I wanted to do it, but I was like, it's $300 or like $400.
Yep.
So the conversation, the first one that I wanted to have is, are you, one, a big gift giver? One. Two, if you are or are not, how do you decide to give gifts?
I'm a big gift giver. I like giving than receiving.
Yeah.
Pause. Unpause, actually.
Actually, I was saying.
I like to give, right? Spread my seed. No, I like to give gifts because I like seeing people happy.
Yeah.
Right. How I decide to give gifts, I think it's different for me because I'm also a friendly drunk.
Yeah.
Right. So I just do stupid shit because I'm friendly. So I feel like for me, like there's really no high criteria as to giving gifts. I literally, what I do, I don't like to go places in my mind like I have to get Jesus a gift.
True,
right?
me neither.
I don't like doing that. I like to just go and like parade, the stores and whatnot. And then if I see something like, bruh, Jesus is gonna love this,
Same.
and I just grab it and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Here you go. I thought of you.
Yeah.
I got a little stiff,
So let me tell you why I bring this up. I've had this debate with my lovely mother for years now. That I'm more of a
Shout out OG.
I'm gonna buy you a gift that you like.
Yeah.
Versus just buying you a gift.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Christmas, it's your birthday. Like,
I
yo,
have to give you a gift.
if I didn't find something for you between now and April 21st, like, my bad. I just couldn't find anything that you like. I couldn't find a car thing. I couldn't find an anime thing. I couldn't find Tiggle Bitties. Like, I'm sorry, right? Like, I couldn't find anything. But if I find it May 7th, I'm buying for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I know what you mean.
Right.
So, like, having to buy you something because of the occasion
versus,
rather than, like, hey, I saw it and I just, okay.
I'm more of I see something that I think you would like or that you definitely like.
Yes.
Let me get that for you.
Yes.
And if I don't see anything, my fault.
I agree with you 100%, only because that's what we did with my cousin's daughters. I'm like, dog, I don't even know what the fuck to get them.
That's what I'm saying.
So we got them like the most generic. And I told Shady, I'm like, this is probably the worst gift because they like puzzles. So we just got them a puzzle.
Yeah.
Right. They like puzzles and coloring books. So we got them a puzzle and coloring books. That's literally what y'all needed.
That's what I'm saying.
But we'll see what happens.
They just started off, so
they still got
the Chargers aren't going to score again. I'm just going to let you know that right now.
Put money on it. I'll open up FanDuel for you.
No, I don't know. I don't even know what to put on it. That's the thing. But they won't score again. Actually, I'm lying. They might score like a touchdown at the end of the fourth quarter when they're down by 20.
All right, I'm not going to run it then.
Fuck, I lied. That's what happened last time with the fucking Cowboys. They should have kept them at 3.
But that's how I was with my cousin's daughters and with my uncle too, because like I feel like I have so many great ideas of what to get this man's.
Yeah.
But man's also has everything because he's worked his ass off to get what he has. So like I was telling my sister, I'm like, I don't know what to get our Theo because man's literally has everything that he could possibly want. Like the only thing that I can see man's wanting is quality time with his family, which is what he's going to get when he comes over for Christmas. But like that's literally the only thing I can see man's wanting is just wanting to spend time with his fam, right? And I'm like, I can't put a price tag on that. I can't just give you quality time, right? Like, hey, homie, you got to show up. Or, hey, homie, you got to invite us to your crib.
Yeah.
That's how you get it. But, like, it's so they can, like, oh, I have to go get my uncle a mug because it's Christmas and he has to open something.
The mug. He might not even use the mug.
And he probably won't. So I agree. Getting someone a gift just because you have to is the worst.
Like the GTR, the little fucking Hot Wheels GTR I got you.
Fucking random
ago.
As fuck.
I was just like, oh, he likes the car. I mean, I like cars too, but I'm like, you like this car? I was like, cool, let me get it for him.
Yeah.
But I just randomly gave it to you, and I'm just like, yeah, I'd much rather do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was crucified for it one year, and I was like, dude, there's no way that I'm wrong. Like,
oh, by moms?
Yeah, bro. 1 year, this was like a few years ago. She like crucified me for it.
Like, you didn't get anyone gifts.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what the fuck to get them, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they like, right? Like, I just don't talk to my tios and tias like that anymore,
right?
To know what they like. Like, I have an idea to I have an idea what to get my tias, and I'll show you them because my mom already opened hers, so I can show you what I got them this year, right?
I think you sent me the link.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah, I'll take a
but
look
like seeing
at
it in
it.
person is super different. But yeah, I was like, I don't know. I just don't feel like randomly getting a gift. It's kind of like what's the word? Like a pity gift. It almost feels like.
Yeah, it is. No, it is.
I tell her, I'm like, tell the family to get me nothing. But if they want to go buy tamales, because like they go to a place in the city to buy tamales, right? Just tell them to buy me just myself a pack.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'll be happy.
I think it's like $20 or $25 or something. I don't know. I think it's more expensive now. I'm like, that's all I want. That's all. Just in between the like 20 tias and tios I have, right? Tell them to all pitch in $2, and that's my Christmas gift. I'll give a fuck.
That's it.
Just the tamales for myself. And she's like, no, you want something, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I literally just want to spend time with the fam and hang out and chill and eat. And that's it, right? And I don't really care for anything. If they want something, let them tell them to let me know and see if it's in my budget, right? If I don't, I might have spent too much that year or something, right? Whatever. But like I'm not gonna be able to buy somebody a car, right? I'm not gonna do that.
Selfish.
Right? That's what my mom was. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, it makes zero sense, right? But anyway.
I got you. I feel like a random gift is more personable.
Yeah.
Right? Like a random gift, like, hey, March 3rd, here you go. Like, why are you giving it to me? Bro, I saw it and I thought you fucking like it.
Like, if you so happen to buy me something and it's like near my birthday and you want to hold it till my birthday,
right.
I'm like, cool, awesome, right? I appreciate it.
But if it's like a random fucking day in July.
Fuck you, dude. All right, sweet.
I will agree. I think a random gift is more personable, more enjoyable than hey, I had to buy you this shit, so here you go.
For like my birthday or like for like New Year's, like I just want to hang out, right? Or like for Christmas or for like any holiday or like event, I just want to hang out.
Yeah, just rock out with our cocks out, right?
That's it. Just touch tips. But people like want to do all this extra shit, and I'm like, the extra shit makes it seem fake to me.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Right?
Like if I'm wrong, right? But like having all this extra shit makes it seem fake. It makes it seem like more transactional than it already is.
Right.
And I'm just like, no, don't give me a gift. Just be a vibe. Let's come hang out. Like I'm gonna go buy the fucking lime shit. Oh, I saw a TikTok of I guess tequila, soda, and lime is like, and the lime juice. There's like people out there that like that's the drink, and I'm like, so I found my people because that shit was fire. But I'm gonna go buy that shit. I'm gonna bring a bunch of it to fucking New Year's and see who else wants it.
Hey, apparently I got a bottle of Remy now.
Hey, fuck it.
I didn't know I drank Remy like that, but I guess I do.
But yeah, I was just wondering to see what your thought was, and maybe anyone who listens, if you guys want to chime in, would you rather receive a gift on a certain holiday event, birthday, Christmas, Easter, whatever, right? El Día de tu Santo, right? That's what it is, also, or whatever it is. Or would you rather that you may or may not want, or would you rather receive something you want randomly throughout the year? I'm more of a, I see that Josie likes cars. Here's a cool little Hot Wheel thing or Lego thing. Cool, boom, right? That's just me, though. The other conversation that I was thinking about, since you brought up my money, I'm going to spend it how I want.
Yes.
This is kind of maybe like a relationship topic. How, and I'm not asking for your guys' personal way that you guys are planning to do it, but how would you feel about combining incomes with your significant other and it's our money now?
No. I got to have some spending money.
Like completely?
So what we've talked about and what we're going to do is once she finally has a job that I guess pays her more, right? And once she's finally out of school, we'll just leave it at that, right? Because she's going to get it, right?
Yeah.
So once we get a job like that, we're going to set a set dollar amount that each one of us is going to input into this.
Yeah.
pot,
Okay. So that's what I'm talking about.
right?
Yeah. I'm not saying
So
completely, but
we're gonna have a joint account, but that joint account is going to be solely for like bills.
yeah, makes sense.
And
Okay.
we've talked about it because right? So it's going to be from that pot, we're going to get money for the mortgage, we're going to get money for the bills, money for groceries, money for whatever. And then let's say cuz here's why I want to do it this way.
And I agree with that, by the way. I'm on your side with that one.
Let's say I want to take you out and wine and dine you, right? Is it really me wining and dining you if we have all of our money into one bank account and I'm using the card for that bank account? Like, is it really me that's wining and dining you,
I mean,
or
if
is
you-
it us?
I mean, if you plan it and you drive,
Like, I want it to be on me. Like, hey, you know what, babe? I haven't taken you out to a date in a while.
Yeah.
This is my treat, my plan. I want to treat you. How can I do that if all my money is going straight to our joint bank account? You know what I'm saying? And I can't just be like, oh, babe, I'm gonna take $100 out of the bank account, and that's gonna be our dinner, right? Because then it's like,
so
like,
I kind of phrased that wrong. I didn't mean all, right?
No, I know, but I'm just going to the extremes.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I agree with that. I was just wondering because I've heard of that idea where, hey, we create a third account and we each put a certain amount of money in, and then
that's
boom.
our.
And then if I want to buy you something, I use the money in my account.
Right.
If you want to buy me something, you use money in your account.
I think everyone should have their own bank account.
I agree with that.
But you're living together with someone, right? So I think, and maybe this is different because she's going to be working and she's also going to be, or I expect her to be contributing into it, right? Mm-hmm. And also it's a little bit different in my end where it's like, I want my parents to move in with us so that they can help us with like childcare. Well, more importantly, childcare, because I've heard childcare is expensive.
Dude, I know a couple of people who recently had kids and then in the last like 3 or 4 years that just became stay-at-home moms.
Because it's so expensive.
Yeah. Because they were like, a big chunk of their check was going
to that.
just to the childcare. So they're like, there's no
You're not
point.
even seeing your kids. So at
Literally.
that point, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to stay. So that's why I told her, I'm like, I want my parents, specifically my mom. And I told her, I'm like, my mom's literally been taking care of kids since she was 14. So like, there's nothing this woman doesn't know, right? Like she knows how to take care of kids. She took care of all 3 of us, right? And she took care of multiple other people, right? So I'm like, it just makes sense, right? But the reason why I also said it's going to be separate is because I'm going to give my parents, at some point, they're going to stop working. And I don't want to burden her with my parents. So at some point, I'm going to have to take care of them, you know?
How much, and I don't need an exact number, more of a percentage, would you give off of your paycheck to your parents knowing that you also then have to contribute to you and Shady?
Probably 25%. 25 or 20%.
Okay, damn, that's high, but okay.
I mean, it's what they make in a year.
Oh, true.
So in my mind, right? I'm like, I'm gonna supplement you guys with what you guys are used to, right? Obviously, I'm gonna get my sister to help me. FX Annie's probably gonna help me too, right? But
Fanny, dude.
But I told them,
Legend.
I'm like, I want a big house to have a place for them to come to, right? So if my sister decides, hey, I'm going to go to Colorado and live in Colorado because I want to live the Colorado dream, right?
Which is just snow and mountains.
Right. I'm just like a random.
No, I know.
example,
I'm talking shit.
Like for holidays, for birthdays, I want them to have a house to come into where they don't have to worry about, I have to rent a hotel. Yep. I have to go and buy food to eat. Like, nah, like fam, like we're still fam. So, right. But yeah, I'm still going to tell like my sister and my brother, like, hey, if y'all want to help out with mom and dad, like they were living off of, for example, they built a family and fed us off of $30K. Right?
Oh, 100%.
So it's like, hey, can y'all pitch in $5K a year, right?
Yeah,
just
but
to help mom and dad.
If your mom's even still taking care of other kids, she can still like, have a little extra on the side to help
and even
herself
if she
out.
Even if she doesn't, and she helps take care of my kids.
Yeah, I
like
mean that's
already
a big
help within itself. Because then Shady can still also work.
Because especially by then, bro, like your fucking childcare is probably gonna be like,
dude, at least $3,000 a month. I feel
bro,
per kid.
yeah, fucking insane.
So So that's why I'm like, I'd rather them bring it over, but I don't want to burden her with it because I can see that also turning into a relationship argument of like, I have to take care of your parents when I don't even take care of mine. And then like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like,
let me tell you something. I'm not going to reveal names or nothing, but someone I know is going through that right now.
Yeah.
Where it's like them as a couple are taking care of one of the parents.
Right.
And they're overly taking care of one of the parents, and some of the other parents are now struggling.
Right.
And it's like it's a balance of who you got to take care of, who you got to do stuff with, and
that's why I don't want to burden her with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I would separate our monies and be like, hey,
no,
you
that's
know
smart.
what?
Yeah.
We live together, and we're gonna break down how much we're gonna spend. And we're gonna be like, all right, if we're truly gonna be equals and go 50-50, right? This is the part I'm gonna put in. This is the part you're gonna put in.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we're both going to work to make that amount. And then whatever is extra, right, is for you, is for me. If I want to go and get a lap dance for $300, I can do so because it is off of my money.
She'll probably kill you.
She'll probably kill me, right? But at least I can do it.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas, like, if we had a joint bank account.
I love how your extreme was like a lap dance. Like, I'm going to do what I want, lap dance.
Well, I can't. She knows I'm going to buy a stupid car.
Yeah.
She knows down the road I'm going to do a stupid decision and buy a car of my dreams.
I have a cars topic after that. Keep going.
Right? So that's why I'm like, hey, you know, your money is your money.
Yeah.
Your dinero is your dinero.
Yeah.
Right? And mainly because
does she listen, by the way? Cause
she probably will. I don't know. She always asks us, like, what did we talk about? And I'm just like, anime. Even though we talked about like prostitutes and bitches and
buttholes
and bottle service and all this stuff. But nah, it's I say it more so because I've seen it in my parents.
Yeah.
Where my dad would always get mad when my mom was sending money to her father before he passed away. Right? And he would get pissed because he's like, why are you the only one sending? You know, why is it your burden? Like, we didn't take care of my parents when they were dying. Like, and I seen it, right?
Again, it's a dance I'm seeing now with the certain friend I have.
Right.
Of like, whose family do we take care of? Why do we take care of this family more and not this one? And
I've seen it to the extreme where my dad's like, hey, your brother's successful. Why don't you just let your brother take care of it?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that makes sense.
And that's the point where I'm trying to get at to where I got to be comfortable enough where it may be that I have to take care of my parents by myself because I don't know who my sister's going to marry. And I don't know if homie's going to be okay with her sending me money to take care of mom and dad. I don't know if
that's something that like you and your family have to talk about now.
Right.
Because, I mean, our parents are getting older, right?
Right.
And it's like, hey, what happens when mom and dad are 60, 70 years old?
We've briefly talked about it.
And they might need some help. Like, am I going to be the only one pitching in, or is y'all going to do something? Obviously, my situation is different. I can't do that.
Right.
But
hey, you guys can sell the house. It's under her name.
No, I meant physically help take care.
No,
like,
I know what you mean.
Like it's gonna be on me to do that, but it is what it is.
I'll help you.
Hey,
I'll vaccinate Dad.
Dude, my dad's all about it right now. It's crazy.
But we have had that conversation, and the general consensus is mom and dad are gonna live with me.
Yeah.
But they're gonna help me however they can.
Yeah.
But the general consensus, and this is coming from my parents, is they would rather live with me.
Yeah.
Than have to live with my sister, have to live with my brother, or go to like a nursing home. My mom told me, she's like, if you're gonna put me in a nursing home, she's like, just kill me.
Mátame.
She literally said, just load the gun and cock it. You know.
See?
She said, either kill me or send me to Mexico and don't ever talk to me again.
Yeah. Nah.
She's like, let me die by myself.
I told mom and dad, I'm like, y'all gonna be there till my ass is old.
No, yeah, I told my parents, I'm like, y'all gonna be in the crib, and my dad's like, I bet, let's go. My dad's like, let's go right now.
I'm gonna say, no, I love your dad.
But yeah,
I was just curious about that because you're closer than I am to that.
At this point, we're probably both gonna be married at the same time.
I hate you. I absolutely hate you. But
on me, not on you.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know. I was just curious because like it was. I follow. I don't know if you know who he is, but Patrick Bet David.
I've heard of him.
He I think he got big with insurance, and now he like makes content about just like how to like be a better guy, how to get business savvy and all this stuff, right? And that was one of the topics that he was talking about. Him and his wife do the same thing, where he has his account, his wife has her account, then they have a joint account.
Yeah, for bills and shit.
And they have like 4 or 5 kids, I think. All the kid stuff from this account, if she wants to buy him something, kind of like you said, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I was just wondering how you guys were going to operate, or how you were thinking of operating, I should say. Like, okay, this is my money. I'm going to do whatever I want with it. What does whatever I want with it mean?
Yeah, and we've talked about it because she's mentioned it. She's like, why don't we have a joint account? And I've told her, I'm like, at this point in time, what is the purpose of me having a joint account with you if you're not going to be inputting anything to it? Then it's literally just another account for me. And so why do I need another bank account?
Correct.
If I don't even have a savings account.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
So we've had this conversation before, and I've brought it up to her, and she.
And don't you need to be officially married for that?
I don't even fucking know. TBH, maybe. I don't know.
What the fuck for what? Anyway,
personal foul. He said.
Yeah, but I don't know for what.
Oh, for tackling him while in.
Oh, the head, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Fucking dog shit. Big ass fucking.
Because I know you can't tackle while you're in the air, right?
That dude is like 6'4", 260. Like, suck my ass.
Oh, because he's not.
Suck my ass.
Because he's not set?
No, he just landed, I think. It was just early. I don't know. Whatever. No, yeah, I was just curious about that, right? I was like, because I'm like, I don't know what that would mean. Do whatever I want with my money, right? Like, I know what that would mean for me, but we're two different people, right? Bitches. And I was like, what generally does that mean? But anyway,
I go to Mexico and find las cariñosas, bro.
Las cariñosas, bro. A car topic. Dad and I decided to become mechanics.
Why?
Not officially, right?
But just fuck shit around in the garage.
No. So what happened was I told you the story, right? About how we had to fix the thermostat on the van, and we did it.
And then y'all did it at the parking lot of wherever.
We just did it like in the garage, right?
Oh, okay.
And me and my dad decided like, hey, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna fix the cars on our own from now on, unless it's like something like big.
Okay.
Right.
I approve.
So we started to have a discussion about like buying equipment because we don't really have that much.
Y'all need to buy it now because Christmas time, the deals on this shit is crazy.
So I'm gonna buy some stuff in the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna wait till next year to buy more.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, I should tell Josie in case like we have the similar equipment. You don't need to buy it, or I don't need to buy it, or whatever, and we can just trade. Yeah. Because, bro, those dealership prices, bro. Let me tell you something.
Because everything's going up, dude.
My dad told me that the official dealership that he goes to was gonna charge him $5, and the Paisa one was gonna charge him $4. Yeah. And I was like, bro, they can suck my ass all the way for that much money, dude. What are you talking about? And yeah, we had a conversation the other day. I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy the little reader thing so you can plug it in.
Yes.
I bought one of those.
Obviously, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Right. Like I have a $20 one. Right. Yeah. And like sometimes I'm fighting trying to figure out how to get to the codes.
Yeah.
And then I've seen the $200, $300 ones, and like the mechanic that's beautiful. You literally couldn't have asked for anything better.
You know what's crazy about the Bills being 8 and 6? Is that they're 5th in sacks.
And y'all are 8 and 6.
That's what I'm saying. They just got unlucky at the beginning of the season. That's what I'm saying.
Was that Mac?
No.
I love Khalil Mack.
Chargers are on offense. But anyway, yeah. So we decided to become.
No, isn't Mac defense?
Yeah, but the Chargers are on offense.
Doesn't Mac play for you guys?
No, he plays for the Chargers.
Oh, R.I.P.
Von Miller plays for the Bills. Anyway, yeah. So we decided to become mechanics, and I was like, let me tell Josie, like officially, that
I approve.
I'm buying stuff, and we're gonna start doing a lot of things.
This whole week, I've been fine tuning my cars.
Which means I'm gonna start doing stuff to the Marrow if you want to join.
Just do it at my garage.
Yes.
I've been fine tuning how soft or stiff I want the suspension in my car.
Yeah.
Because did I tell you that I finally got the springs installed?
Yeah.
So I paid, and like did I tell you how I got kind of annoyed with the mechanic?
Yeah, the dude, because you're talking shit.
Yeah. So I was telling Yadi, I'm like, honestly, like, if anything, because he was like, oh, you weren't going to be able to figure this out off of YouTube videos. And I was telling Yadi, I'm like, if anything, like, there are YouTube videos for a reason because people are just doing this shit, right? Like, the fact that people are just doing it and posting it on YouTube, like, that means that you can do it and just fuck around and do it at home, right? The only thing I would recommend is getting, like, a nice jack. Like, the jack that I have, I think I spent close to $200. But you've seen how fucking sturdy it is.
So nice. We have like a little jinky one.
Yeah.
And it works fine.
Right.
But yours, I was telling Dad, I'm like, no, but you should see his. It's so nice, dude.
I was like, that's the only thing that I think I've spent a good chunk of my money on, and I don't regret buying it. Right. But like even with the truck, like I told my dad, I'm like, dude, like let's just buy a brand new exhaust and install it, because I got a notice in the mail saying I need to go do the smog test for it before I can renew the plates. And I told my dad, I'm like, I can tell you right now.
Next year too.
I'm like, I can tell you right now, it's not going to pass it because it has a check engine light on right now, and it's for the O2 sensor.
Damn.
And I told him, I'm like, dude, I looked into that. The fucking O2 sensor is just dangling because the whole exhaust is just rusted away. And I told my dad, I'm like, dude, like, I'll buy some fucking aftermarket exhaust, right? Like the full thing, right? Straight from the headers all the way to the end, right? I'm like, and let's just replace it.
Yep.
Because I told him that I wanted to get under the truck and just wire brush all like the surface rust, and then like not paint it, coat it with like a fresh like coat of whatever sealant or whatever. I'm like, just because it's a truck, right? It's gonna be driven in the snow, and we live in the Midwest where, you know, the Midwest loves to put hella salt.
And the roads look ass.
Yep. So that's why I'm like, that's what I want to do. And his response was, oh, we'll just have the mechanic do it.
Bro, become the mechanic.
And that's what I told him. Like, I'm like, the only thing I won't touch.
I'll do it. The electricals. I'll do it.
I hate, you know, I only hate electricals because I'm impatient.
It's funny because now that you've built a PC, I feel like you would be better with it or more comfortable with it.
I just hate it. Well, now that I built the PC and installed a whole new head unit to the truck by myself.
Yeah, I feel like you would be comfortable with it.
It's not that I'm uncomfortable. It's just you need patience.
Yes.
There's a special kind of person to deal with electrical, and all you need is patience, and that's something I don't have. I'm a fucking bonehead, and I just want to do shit right away. So
yeah,
but I am. Hey, what is the one thing we have to do on the Marrow? The thermostat, no? What's the one thing that you've been dying or that you've been needing to do?
The shocks.
Oh, fuck, dude.
All of that shit, dude.
I'll help you, but
no, I mean, I'll do it. I just need the tools. That's what that's what me and my dad were saying.
Oh, fuck.
No, he was down. He was down first before the ball even moved.
Well, yeah.
What was I saying? We just need the tools. That's what me and my dad were saying. It's like, bro, like the actual job of changing the thermostat wasn't even that hard.
No.
It just we didn't have like the right tools, so it took a little minute.
Right.
And what happened? Oh, okay, sweet. Anyway. So me and my dad agreed that we were going to start doing that a little bit. And the Marrow just bounces too much when it drives. I know the roads suck, but I haven't changed the shocks since the original ones. And
so you want to do it for the same exact reason that I want to do it.
Yeah.
Where I told my dad when I was doing it, he's like, why are you doing it?
Because you're old as fuck, dude.
I'm like, dog, this is a 2013 car, meaning it was out in 2012.
It feels like when you go to the rancho, just...
You know, and I told him, I'm like, and I know for a fact the previous owner didn't change it because I bought it in 2016.
Diggs got to do better than that, bro. That's like the fourth or fifth week where Diggs like just goes and keeps running, and like it's underthrown a little bit, right? And Diggs just doesn't do anything for it. He just like runs. Like, look, he just ran.
Pause.
Look. It's almost the exact same play every time. He's just waiting for it, and the DB becomes the receiver. He just went up for it. and Diggs just like not doing anything for it. That's like the third or fourth time that happened in the last like 5-6 weeks. It works as a punt, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the car update, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but soonish.
I feel like you should just get straight factory replacements from someone who's had now the aftermarket ones that I use to lower it. Mm-hmm. You don't need to lower it because it's already low, right? And there are some times where I'm driving where I miss the stock suspension.
I also want to actually what I first want to do is fix the front bumper because I don't know if it's broken. I don't know if you know. I want to fix that, but I was trying to find it, and they don't have that version. They only have the ZL one or whatever.
Dude, just turn your SS into a ZL1.
And that's what I was thinking of doing because they don't make the SS front bumper anymore. I couldn't find it at least.
You have fog lights too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. They just changed the grill a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just YOLO, right?
But
we can even try our hand at
that's what I want to do first.
We can even try our hand at auto or what is it? Body shop and fix your hood.
But that's the second thing I want to do. But you want to know what's fucked up is that you have to take the tire off.
So we should just fix the bumper when you replace the shocks.
Right, because
you're probably going to have to take the bumper off.
I watched a video, and there's some screws or some like clips that you have to take off
that are like deep in the wheel well.
That it's easier if you take the wire, if you take the tire out.
He's gone. Oh, never mind.
And I was like, damn, bro, like you got to do all that just to just to change the bumper, and I was like, that's too much. But now I'm like, I'll fucking do that in a heartbeat. Is there anything else slice of life that you've been up to that I'm forgetting? I have some other like random anime news, gaming news, but that's it.
I told you about my car.
Mm-hmm.
Told you about. I love how you ask me about my life updates, and the first thing I go for is my cars.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't you have a car topic you want to talk about?
That was it.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm leaning more and more towards going electric for my next car.
Completely or hybrid?
Completely. I don't know. It's like I was telling Shady, I'm like, I'm seeing more and more Teslas and they're growing on me. And I really have been thinking the whole argument that I've always told you, I'll buy an electric when the range improves. And I have been thinking about it. I'm like, let's be real. I'm not going to drive this car on a road trip.
I'm telling you.
I'm just going to fucking rent a car like everybody else does in the country.
I'm telling you.
I don't want to put the miles into my car, especially because I was looking at how many miles my car currently has. And I'm like, damn, like if it didn't have this many miles, it'd probably be worth more, right? And I could probably sell it for more, right? But because I drove it to Tennessee, because I drove it to Missouri, because I've driven it literally everywhere, it has shy of 130,000.
I'm telling you.
Right? So that's why I'm like, you know what? I think I am just going to buy an electric car. Hopefully Teslas go down in price soon. Or buy, I don't know, whatever the fuck. I think Mazda's bringing back the RX-7, and there's been talks that it might be electric. So I don't know. We'll just see. But I do think I might go electric next one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been looking into a lot of that. That's why I haven't bought a car yet. Because I'm like, I'm waiting to see what makes sense. Hybrid, full electric, what car I want. I do need a new car. But
I'll buy the Camaro off of you. I'll give you $5.
I don't think we're going to get rid of that thing.
I feel like y'all should just keep it until it becomes like a collectible. Yeah. Unless it already is a collectible.
I mean, that one might be just because of the year.
The SS11.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Bumblebee,
but
plus, I still can't believe y'all had an SS. I think the first time I found out you had an SS, I was like, dude, what the fuck? When I was still trying to befriend you.
Yes.
I was like, damn, this motherfucker's got a rock hard cock. And he drives an SS?
Jesus, I hate you. But
super stiff.
That's what it stands for, actually.
Anyways, no, I don't have any more life updates.
Me neither, I don't think. Let me double check something.
Jordan Poole showed up to the Bay Area yesterday.
Yeah, they did a whole thing.
I miss him, dude. I fucking miss him.
It's crazy for him, though, that you can see, like, light a little bit into how he was when he was with the Warriors, but you can see that he's missing so much basketball skill.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he got a bag and then he started sucking is what it is.
No, I think he always sucked, but Steph Curry covered it up. You know? I think Steph Curry covered it up. I think a lot of the way Golden State plays covered it up. And now they're like, hey, we want you to be Steph. And he wasn't ready for that.
You can't really play like Steph unless you have a team like Steph's.
Yep. But
there's no other team in the NBA that just got shooters.
True. And they can shoot like that.
Yep.
Oh, that's a conversation we could have for a sports talk, since we don't have a sports talk really. Do you think Steph should be in the conversation for greatest player of all time, number one spot?
Yes.
Why?
Because his play style is different from everyone else's, and he definitely didn't revolutionize basketball,
But he did.
but he's definitely the reason why you have more people just going for open threes at LA Fitness because of Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Right? You have more people shooting stupid ass threes, like covered threes, just because of Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Right? I think he should definitely be in the talks of the GOATs, right? Just because of his play style changing NBA. I don't want to say revolutionize just because it's like he didn't do anything differently that hasn't already been done in the NBA, right? Like people always shot for threes.
But threes. He's the reason why even like centers shoot threes now.
But that's what I was gonna get at. Is that no one's shot threes like him.
So they were like, "Fuck it, we all just gotta try to shoot threes."
Fuck it, we ball, right?
Yeah.
I think he should be included, and this is me hopping off of Steph Curry's cock because I'll admit it, I am a Curry cock rider, right? If he ever were for whatever reason to go to another team, I'm that team's number one fan now.
True.
Right? But I didn't know that Kelsey was also a Lowe's team member.
Fuck it.
Unless that's a new acquisition for Lowe's.
Might be.
But yeah, I don't know. I think he should be. All right. I don't know. That's just my hot take.
Yeah, it was a popular topic online because Shaq said that he should be considered one of the greats of all time because Shaq said he thought Steph was better than him, and I don't disagree with he should be in the conversation.
Shaq said that Steph's better than Shaq?
Yeah.
Which is crazy because in Shaq's world, there is very few people that are better than Shaq.
Yeah.
Like Shaq sees himself as in all of basketball, right? Shaq sees himself as like top 5.
You know what's funny? Shaq's the most realistic person about his position where he ranks.
Yes.
He'll
put himself like
7th, 8th.
Right.
He'll be like, I'm like right there.
Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not the best, but you can't have a GOAT conversation or you can't have a Hall of Famer conversation without throwing Shaq's name in there.
True.
I think there was a clip from a podcast. You've probably seen the same clip.
Maybe.
Of this guy asked Shaq, he's like, hey, this guy from New York, he put you 5th. And you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then how Shaq was like, first of all, who the fuck is this guy?
Right? No, he knows who all of them are. Oh, you mean
the guy?
Yeah, you're right.
But he even said to himself, he's like, all right, fine.
He put Kareem and Wilt above him.
Yeah, he was like, Kareem, 100%, I agree, way better than me. He is number 1, I agree, right? And how he said Wilt is only above me because I was injured for 2 years and I didn't score the points.
Yeah.
How he was like, Wilt only beats me in points.
Yeah.
I beat him in everything else, but because
I still think that makes you better just because if you're going to go solely off of stats,
yes,
then LeBron's definitely the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about greatest of all time, right? like the number one player, in my opinion, you have to take on the court and off the court.
Yes.
And to me, Steph and Kobe did more, and Jordan did more off the court in terms of like basketball and how they changed the game of basketball. Because even to this day, there's a whole generation or two that say Kobe when they throw something out.
Dude, even people that didn't play basketball
say Kobe when they throw something out.
Dog, and we've had this conversation before off the pod too, where I've never had time to watch basketball
before. So you didn't really
and
watch.
I never really knew Kobe, but hey, did I still wind up the piece of paper?
You say Kobe.
I say Kobe before I started at middle school? 100%.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying where I'm like, you don't hear people say LeBron for anything.
Except for flopping.
And you don't really hear that, and then you see what Steph did where he like forced people to just shoot threes.
Yeah.
Because he was making threes at a historic rate.
Right.
So now everyone and their mom shoots threes. And it's like, that to me sounds more, because again, at the end of the day, stats are stats.
Yes.
Right? They're just like, they're
coming from STEM. They're right. Is this their new facility to train?
That they're planning on, yeah.
That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, nice.
Holy shit.
But
LA's got it like that? Oh, they're building it.
Yeah.
Okay. LA definitely has it like that.
But if you're solely going to go off of stats, right, then the next person to do it is the best person.
Yes. You know? Right.
It's kind of like in track and field since we both ran it, right?
Your record is only there until it gets broken.
Yeah, so then you're only the GOAT until someone breaks broken. It.
Right.
So I'm just like, you can't. He's hurt and he's not saying anything. Stephon Diggs is hurt and he's not saying anything. And I've had this hunch for the last 5 to 6 weeks that he's actually hurt and he's not saying anything. And that he wants to play and help the team win. That he's just out there, but I think he's hurt. Anyway, not the point. What were we talking about?
Steph, GOAT.
I think he's up there more
outside
than
of basketball.
I think he's up there more than some of the other guys because I don't hear people talk about Magic the way we talk about Curry. Like even like the older generation, right?
They don't talk about Magic like that.
They don't really talk about Magic.
No.
They talk about Jordan. They talk about Kareem. They talk about Kobe, Shaq, Timmy.
Right.
But they don't really talk about Magic like that. Yeah, they talk about him.
Yet he's still considered one of the greatest.
Yeah, right. But they just don't talk about him like that. But when you hear people talk about Jordan, LeBron, Steph, Kobe, I said Jordan already, right? You even hear about Kareem. You hear about Will. There he is.
I think Curry also has a special thing where even if you're a fan of the team that they're playing against, you still a Curry fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if, like for example, I mean, I think that goes true for every team except the Celtics, because I think for whatever reason, Celtics fans just fucking hate Steph Curry, right?
I guess so.
But that's just because he's been their daddies ever since he's been around.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he has that where it's like a lot of people just hate on LeBron just to hate on LeBron, right? Where I think I'm just piggybacking off of your Curry has a better perspective of him, right, outside of NBA, whereas nobody really has anything to say about Bron outside of the NBA. So that's why that you can't really like
I will
like
say
someone.
This about Bron outside the NBA, he helped put his friends on, and he's good. He's a great business person, right?
Yeah.
But when you talk about just basketball culture, again, Steph literally changed the game to where centers are now forced to be able to shoot the three because three is more than two.
Yep.
And if all 6 or 7 of your players that play regularly
can shoot a three,
eventually you'll win.
But it's also a risky game.
It is.
Block the threes, and then you can't fucking drive it to the paint. Then what the fuck
then
you
it's
do?
Jeej, right? But
still, Steph still shows time and time again that he can still also. I thought that was going to be underthrown.
Nope.
He can still also run into the paint.
I think Steph is just hurt, and he couldn't go back to the ball. And whenever their season ends, whether it's the Super Bowl or before it, I think it's going to come out that he had like a broken something or some strain or pull or something. And they're going to be like, oh, that's why he was performing pretty bad. But anyway, I I think Steph belongs in the conversation. Do I put him at number 1? Not yet.
No.
I think he needs 5. I don't know if he'll get 5.
He will get 5.
Hopefully.
I think he'll get 5 before he retires. My only concern is whether that 5 will be with the Warriors. Because I can see him.
I don't think Draymond and Clay will be there.
Draymond's getting traded. Or they're figuring out what the fuck they can do to get Draymond out of there.
Yeah, with his contract.
But I've always wanted the 3. I wanted the trio, right? But
Steph needs help.
Yes, and you can't get the help if your guard keeps fucking doing stupid shit like that. And then you have your other splash brother not even making a splash.
No.
You know? He's just, I don't know. Like, I agree he needs help. These young bucks in the Warriors team have definitely been improving and inspiring faith into the organization. But I think if you are I guess who makes the decisions? The owner, right? If you're the owner, Clay and Draymond's name have definitely been bouncing around in these meetings. And I think it's time for them to go, right?
I agree. And I said this last year, right? I don't know if I said this to you, but I said this last year where I was like, I think it's time for them to go, bro. Like Draymond doesn't offer much besides leadership and some kind of defense.
Right.
And Clay, just post-injury, isn't the same.
Nope.
Right?
I think if Clay wants to stay, he has to take the pay cut.
But he doesn't want to. I don't know why. Bro, you suck ass.
He knew he was going to take a pay cut, but so last I heard, he didn't expect it to be that big of a pay cut.
But he started sucking ass.
And now he's fighting to try and get more, and it's like, dog.
But you suck ass.
Yeah.
And I love Clay. I'm not saying he's like a horrible player all the time, but
I'm pretty sure they offered him slightly more than Draymond, and he probably sees himself as more.
Yeah, but he started sucking ass. I'm sorry. I love Clay, but it's not wrong. It's like he started sucking ass, so how are you going to ask for more?
Yep, I agree.
I would have taken whatever money they were going to give me if I was going to start sucking ass. But yeah, I think Steph belongs.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't hear enough old heads talk about Magic the way we talk about LeBron, Kobe, Steph. I think people talk better about KD than they do Magic.
And that's crazy because everybody hates KD.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody literally says KD's just chasing the chip.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm just like, I don't know. I don't hold Magic that high in the all-time list.
You definitely hear the old heads talking about, and in no particular order, right? You definitely hear the old heads talking about Kobe, talking about Jordan, talking about Kareem. They definitely mention LeBron, right? And then once in a while, they'll throw in Steph Curry's name just because Curry now is making a big name, in my opinion, for himself.
And my other thing is that you can't be the best shooter of all time and not be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you are the best at the most basic thing of the sport.
Which is, yeah.
Now, I do agree with them that his defense sucks ass.
He was never a defensive player. I mean,
I know,
6'2".
I know, but when you look at Jordan, when you look at all the other people that we're talking about,
they play defense. I agree.
Yeah.
LeBron can play one heck of a defense, right?
But not even LeBron has the defensive accolades that everybody else does.
People watched Kobe because of his defense. His shit talking, his defense, the fact that Kobe could do it all, right? Yeah. Jordan played defense, but I feel like Jordan, from what I've seen, right, highlight videos, again, I never really fully watched basketball. Yeah. Plus, I was also like one when Jordan was playing, right? But from what I've seen and from what I've heard, Jordan's defense was getting shittier as he got older, which is what you expect, obviously, right? I think that's what's dinging Curry is his defense, right? He's got everything else.
He's just small.
He's got the charisma. He's a showman. Dude.
Yeah,
people love watching Curry, right? Mm-hmm. But his defense just.
But yeah, I was just wondering what your take was since I know you're a Steph fan, and it's not a bad one. Again, I don't disagree with any of it. I don't agree with any of it really. I just see that you can't claim him to be the best at the most basic thing in the sport of shooting the ball
without having him in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just like if he is the GOAT at the most basic thing, then he must be the GOAT of the entire thing. Even if he's not, right? Because because LeBron has more points, or Jordan has more points, or Jordan has more chips, or Jordan 6-0, or Bill Russell's 11-0, or whatever the fuck it is. He has to be in the conversation because he is the best at the most basic thing that you're supposed to do in the sport is to shoot the ball.
Yep.
And by just that logic, he's in the conversation.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, he's in the conversation.
Right.
You see the Bears might get rid of Justin. I don't know if you saw the interview.
I've seen all
the interviews. Did you see the one that just came out like yesterday, 2 days ago, where he was like,
I didn't see the one yesterday. I saw one with Greg Olson.
No, he was talking to some chick, and he was like, I just want Chicago to know that I gave it my all. And people were freaking the fuck out. And then his jersey went on sale, and people were freaking the fuck out.
Is it really on sale?
But like half the teams is, or most of the teams is. DJ Moore's is, and they just signed him to a contract, so they won't get rid of him.
Look. One of the, I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was Greg Olson's because his is the one that I read this morning. He was saying that if you are the front office, you don't get rid of Justin Fields because he sucks. You get rid of him because it's financially the correct decision to make.
Which you would have to pay him, and you're paying him to suck ass right now.
That's the thing,
or at least record-wise.
I think what Greg Olson was saying is, this is it. You would need to find a sign for a 5th-year extension, which obviously you're going to have to pay him more, right? And what he was saying in the interview is strictly financial, strictly like we're just talking business here. It makes more sense to do that because to get rid of him, I should say, because you get a rookie, right? And you have the number 1 pick. You have the number 1 overall pick. So you can go get the number 1 quarterback, right, in the draft.
Well, you don't know if you're going to have it because if the Panthers win one more game and the Patriots lose out, I think it goes to the Patriots.
But then you go down to number 2, no?
Yeah, it's fine.
So you're still going to be picking most likely a quarterback. But that's what he was saying in the interview is you'd rather pay him a rookie contract and then you start rebuilding again for another 3 years than pay Justin Fields the amount of money that he is roughly worth. Right?
Yeah.
For a 5th-year extension.
Yeah, but you're going to have to go through all the growing pains. Because, again, they're almost an identical player. I think Justin's a little bit better. So you're going to have to go through the growing pains all over again, right? In a division where the Lions are good.
Everyone's good. You're literally
the Packers are going to figure it out again because they always do.
Dude, Jordan loves figuring it out.
And the Vikings
are just shit because they don't have anyone healthy.
If Kirk Banks comes back, they're going to be a problem. So you're telling me that you expect a rookie to handle those 3 teams? I don't think it's going to work. But if you expect Justin Fields to make something work because he's seen it and he's beating the Lions, I'm like, I can see it.
As a disgruntled Bears fan, right? I'm sick and tired of we're building, right? I'm sick and tired of them giving up on Trubisky, right? I think they could have done something with Mitch. Was he the second coming of Jesus? No, right? Do I think the Bears were stupid to not pick Patrick Mahomes, right? Because that was the same draft, right? Josh Allen was the same draft too, right?
Josh was the year after.
But who else was with Mahomes? There was another quarterback that
I'm forgetting who, but
that draft, right?
Yeah.
But you're telling me that you traded up to pick Mitchell Trubisky, right? My thing is you picked him. Live with it. Try and figure out how to play football with him.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's been multiple times where we've seen Mitch can fling the ball.
I'm telling you right now, this feels like to me slightly different, but it feels like when the Chargers let go of Drew Brees to the Saints.
Yeah.
And they picked up Phillip Rivers. That's what that feels like to me.
And then Drew Brees just fucking popped off.
Yeah. That's what that feels like to me where like I think Atlanta picks Fields up. And Atlanta goes on an absolute tear the next like 10 years.
Because Atlanta's got weapons.
They got Bijan. They got a bunch of shit. I don't know if their head coaches are any good. I think Justin, high key, is going to go wherever Eric Bieniemy goes. Which it might be Atlanta at this point because Atlanta's absolutely sucking ass. And having a black coach and a black quarterback in a black city to win a Super Bowl, that would be fucking bananas. We're going to Atlanta with your fuck coworker person, dude. Shipper.
I'll tell you right now, if Chicago does that, to me it's seeming like they're doing it, right? I'm done being a Chicago fan because the only Chicago team that was still holding me back to being a full Chicago fan was the Bears.
That's why I'm a Bills fan, bro.
Right?
It's not as good. It's not like the best historically, but like the Bills always had a good running back. They always had somebody that was good, that was kind of cool, and like gave you something. Or like in basketball, like I don't really have a team, right? But like the Spurs were always kind of cool to watch. Or like I used to watch Kobe and Shaq, but that was just Kobe and Shaq. But like in baseball, like I was kind of a Cubs fan, but like realistically, I was like mostly a Sox fan because we used to go to the games all the time.
Right.
But I never really liked Chicago teams because they never build sports culture.
No.
They just expect people to come because it's like like the fourth big city.
Because it's Chicago.
Yeah, it's the fourth big city in the country, and I'm just like, bro, like.
That's what I was trying to tell one of my employees. She was trying to figure out what to get her man. And I told her, I'm like, I thought we had agreed on getting him basketball tickets because he's a Celtics fan.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
shit.
And I told her, I'm like, dude, just take him to a Bucks game. And she's like, why would I? And she told me, why would I take him to a Bucks game if I could just take him to the UC?
Because it's cheaper.
And I told her, I'm like, look.
And the drive is almost the same.
And we looked at tickets. And I'm like, look, you're getting 100 level seats at FizServe Forum. I know I always mispronounce it. And I showed her on SeatGeek. I'm like, because it shows you on there, you can see the view from your seat. Yeah. I'm like, it's way better, it's newer, and it's cheaper.
See,
I love how homegirl's still there.
I love her, bro. Shout out her.
So because of that, right?
See.
And then I showed her 100 level seats for Bulls Celtics.
See.
3 times the amount. Those 100 level seats were $150, and the 100 level seats in the UC were $400.
And for literally no reason, the UC is garbage.
Nope, exactly. So that's why I'm like, I'll watch the Bulls, right? Because Los Toros, right? Yeah. But I'm not a Bulls fan. I don't like hockey, right? Yeah. I don't really like either of the baseball teams. I've gone to more Brewer games than I have, right?
The Cubs.
Shout out Los Doyers, right? Especially now that they have Shohei Ohtani, right? The Japanese culture, and they've acquired. I was gonna bring it up. They've acquired, I think, 2
It's
more.
gonna go from Los Doyers to Los. How would you say it in Japanese?
Los Doyer Sons.
No,
Los Doyer Sons.
Dojoros, something like that.
Los Doyer Samas.
There you go. Fucking shit.
Doyer Sama. I fucking hate it. But
the Asian culture is gonna take over the field.
I'm more of a Dodgers fan than I am anything. So So it's like football for me was the only Chicago team that I was rooting for. You get rid of Justin Fields and you give up on the kid, I'm done with you.
For literally a lateral, maybe a half a step down. I believe it's a half a step down.
Like, I'm just done with you. I was almost done with you when you got rid of Roquan and Khalil Mack, right?
And Khalil Mack's having a great year right now.
The only reason why Chicago Bears fans were still watching
dude.
Chicago games, you know? You would go to a Bears game to watch Khalil Mack just sack the living shit out of any quarterback.
Shout out number 5 from the Chargers. That was nice.
But it's just, I don't know. You get rid of those two. You get rid of Montgomery, right? And I'm like, why the fuck am I watching the game now?
Yeah.
You know?
So, I feel you.
So for me personally, you get rid of Justin, which like I said, I think it is going that way. I am no longer a Chicago Bears fan.
Justin was better coming into the league than Caleb Williams will be. Fact.
Yes.
Suck my ass if you think otherwise.
No, I agree. I just think the Bears organization is horrible at training and developing.
Yes.
And we've had this conversation.
That's a Chicago thing.
How I've told you a certain friend of mine says you're getting paid millions of dollars. You should already know how to throw a ball.
No.
Right?
No. The ball changes. It's so different.
Yes. I think the ball game from college to NFL are completely different.
But I'm saying like the physical ball changes too.
That and you know, like I told him, I'm like, dude, then why the fuck have an offensive coordinator? Why have a head coach? Why have a defensive coordinator?
No, you don't even have an offensive coordinator. You have an offensive coordinator, an assistant, and then you have the coaches per position.
Like the QB coach and shit like that.
You have like levels, layers of coaching just to help you get better.
So why have all of that if your mindset is you're an NFL quarterback, you need to know, you know?
Look, I love our friend that you're talking about.
Yeah, but some of his sports takes are super.
He just doesn't know. I don't think he's aware of the actual full details of what goes on in
sports.
in sports because he played soccer
coaching.
at our high school that only had like 2 coaches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, bro. When you our track school
Y'all had coaches for everything, right?
at the JUCO level and at the D2 level, we had like 5-6 coaches.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it like
Yeah.
whenever I go to like a big like 10 college and I'll see like
Yeah.
the cross country team and then you see like the 7 motherfuckers there.
Yeah, you have a bunch of coaches. Like
Especially for cross country, I'm like, why y'all have 7 coaches? It's
you're just running in a long
It's
straight
just
line.
running.
That's it.
running through the woods, bro.
And
Is one of them a defensive coordinator to fight off wolves or bears?
yes, dude, fucking the Bears when you're running. Oh, he made that shit. What a leg. But
Even in professional soccer, they got hella coaches.
yeah.
I don't know.
But I think I just think he thinks that's how it works everywhere, where there's only like 2 coaches, right? And it's like, nah, bro, like pro sports, there's like 10 people that are like involved with, like, in the offense, there's the offensive line coach, the running backs coach, the receivers coach, the quarterback coach, then the offensive coordinator, and then there's usually like an assistant. And then the head coach if the head coach is not the offensive coordinator. So like for like the Bills, because McDermott's the defensive guy, he's also semi involved in the offense. So that's 7 people that are involved in that bitch. And I'm forgetting like assistant coaches for other things. There's like
Damn, Brock Purdy's him.
yeah, no, bro. Like if you can't develop players, bro, your team's gonna suck.
I think.
And that's why the Niners are always so good, because they can always develop players.
Yeah.
They
I
can
mean,
always
Mr. Irrelevant. Literally Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
And he's the best quarterback statistically this season.
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant.
But I don't know. I don't know how he got that take, but I'm like, bro, it's so wrong. You have no idea.
They just hate any players that I like.
Like,
And Justin Fields was, for me, the second coming of Jesus.
coaching matters more. And I learned this because I ran in college, and I learned that from like my other friends that got more successful than I did.
Personal experience.
And I was like, damn, bro, like coaching really does matter. It matters more than a person's talent. Unless the person's just super talented, right? But then at that point, like you want to just elevate them more. But if you don't have good coaches, bro, nah, bro. I have a story about that, but that I won't mention here on the pod. See, look, he the guy's pissed that he couldn't stop Lamar because Lamar is that talented and now finally has a good coach to put him in position to be successful. He's like, how do I stop him now that he can do whatever he wants still, right? And he's in a good offense. How does that happen? It's like, you can't. You just got to be pissed off because you won't be able to stop him. Anyway, coaching matters. You can't tell me otherwise. And the Bears can't develop anyone. Chicago can't develop anyone. They just hope that they pray too much and don't do any of the work behind it. That's my take.
They pray too much, you said?
Yeah, they pray and hope that it works out.
The hopes and prayers?
Yeah. That's how the Cubs were when they won the World Series. They literally like pretty much almost lost to the Indians.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really sad about it, but
that's why it's Go Bills.
If he does go to Hotlanta, I'm a Hotlanta fan.
I'm telling you, bro. Dirty Birds. Quick little random news. The Boy and the Heron crossed 100 million in sales or whatever.
While I was walking around in the mall, I bumped into 2 conversations of people talking about the Boy and the Heron, and I only knew because they were talking about the heron, and one pair of girls were like, "What the fuck was that even? What the fuck was that bird? Like, why was the guy?" And like they kept on talking about the guy, right? And I'm like, definitely the bird and the heron, right? And then the other one was like almost like a more complex conversation. They were like, "What was your take on the movie?" I definitely feel like it was the passing of passing the torch to the younger generation, because they obviously know that the older generation is done. And I'm just like, hey, yo, like, chill. I
love people like that, because I'm like, bro, like,
it was clearly just a movie about his great granduncle passing down the torch to him. Like, that's all it was, guys. Please, it's Studio Ghibli, please.
But that crossed $100 million. Shout out Ghibli. It's its highest selling, I think, at least while it's like released.
I think it's definitely had more hype, and I think there's more hot take. there's more weebs out there now
Yes,
than there
there
definitely
are
was
more
before.
weebs.
It is now socially acceptable to be a weeb, whereas before
Um,
they were seen as children's movies.
In other anime news, My Hero Season 7 is scheduled for May 4th.
Shout out.
Shout out that.
Still haven't gone past season 4.
I have to finish 5 and 6, dude.
I'll get to it.
Yes, it'll be part of the Patreon.
I'll get to it.
Monsters anime adaptation for next year. Monsters is one of Oda's first kind of works that's semi prequels One Piece. It's about Ryuma, the swordsman, killing some dragons.
We're getting that?
Yes.
Shout out.
And then lastly, announced officially the other day, Oda partnership with Wit Studio, Toei Animation, and Netflix and Fuji Television are remaking One Piece, titled The One Piece. It is real technically. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, it's gonna come back. But anyway, yeah. So how do you feel? They're remaking One Piece in the updated graphics and stuff. Oh,
fucking assholes. Shady was actually asking me about it because she's like, why are they doing it? And my brother was also too. With Shady, I just told her, I'm like, because the animations suck, right?
yeah.
There's no point in getting into detail with her because even with them redoing it, I don't think she'll get into One Piece.
The first 200 or 300 episodes are
Straight 90s.
straight 90s, and then also they're talking about cutting off some of the like extra fluff. It'll be like the Kai version. It'll be like the
Yeah, allegedly it's going to be like the One Piece. But I was talking to my brother about it, and because he was a little bit upset, which I can kind of see from his standpoint, where he just picked up One Piece, I think last year or the beginning of this year. I don't remember, TBH, but I can see him kind of being like, dude, I grinded through those first 300 episodes only for people to now get a better quality. And I told him,
but it's not going to come out for a while though.
I told him, I'm like, dude, you got to think about it. The main deterrent for a lot of people to start One Piece
The length
is the length, right?
but
Obviously,
it's the quality also.
but it's the quality of the first couple hundred episodes, right? Where it's like, dog, like I don't want to watch that. It's whatever. And I was telling Danny, I'm like, dude, imagine Gear 5 animation, right? But then now you're getting Arlong, you're getting Crocodile, you're getting whatever the fuck we just watched, right? You're getting Gecko Moira. Imagine Thriller, one of like the biggest complaints for a lot of One Piece starters, right? Now you're getting like Gear 5 animation onto that. I'm like, you're going to be getting people a lot happier, right? You're going to be bringing in more people. And at the end of the day, it's going to be more money.
Yeah.
Because more people are now watching. There's going to be people like us that are most likely going to rewatch these new releases. You're going to get new people to watch these new releases. So you're just going to be generating more money. I told Danny, I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not for the fans. It's not for anything else. It's for the money, right? Now, as a consumer, am I happy about this? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait to see all of that redone.
Me too.
But yeah, I'm happy for it. I'm here for it. I'm a consumer and I'll consume it.
What happened?
False start? What?
Oh, Bill's timeout. But no, yeah, I'm excited. It's not gonna come out for a while though. They said
Probably like 2 years, right? A year and a half?
probably it'll probably high key come out like towards the end of One Piece, so like 3-4 years. I don't think because they're either gonna have to contract new VAs or convince the old ones to double.
And I don't think they're going to want to double.
Yeah.
And I don't think you contract new VAs.
So
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but we'll see what they do. I'm
Especially because you're not going to redo the whole thing.
yeah, correct.
So, unless you just copy and paste.
My bad, I gotta stretch.
Well, you're
I'm
fine.
like tight. But yeah, I'm excited that got it out at Jump Fest, I think it's called. It's like a festival in Japan that happens at the end of every year. All right, MB, we're back. Ready? But yeah, that's all the slice of life anime news. There's not that much that we there's not that much anime and or manga to talk about because we're recording on Saturday, the day before the chapters come out. So there is actually, I believe, either no chapters or like one chapter to talk about. No, that's it. The only other news. Do you want to talk about the JJK anime? Fantastic. Again, like I said,
Speechless.
I have a hard time giving anime of the year out to One Piece because of how good JJK is.
Bruh. We've talked about this.
I know, but every time a new episode comes out, I'm like, fuck.
But it's one compared to many.
I know.
My hot take is One Piece gets anime of the year until One Piece is done.
You're not wrong. But I just think there's more right now casual fans of JJK that it might get it. Because IGN already gave their anime of the year to Vinland Saga.
What? Really?
Yeah. The season's really good. I don't know if you want to
Yeah?
watch it. Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I read it all. I have the volumes.
Where
and
was
shit.
One Piece? Second?
I didn't look.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Vinland Saga's goated.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. But it's really good. But even like the Choso fight was absolutely crazy.
Yes.
I don't know, man. It's so hard. It's great. It's good. And they say that it's not like complete or the episodes aren't done and they look amazing still. I don't know what to say. But yeah, IGN already did that. I don't disagree with it. Again, it's a good. I read it. I didn't watch it, but I might plan on watching it at some point. But it's a good one. I'm not mad.
Runner up was Mob Psycho.
Season 3 from
Season
months
3,
ago? That's
Mob
crazy.
Psycho.
All right, shut up, Mobit.
Runner up Boki the Rock. Runner up Oshi no Ko.
I've heard of that one.
That's crazy. See, look, 2023 has given us fantastic returning anime series like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and Vinland Saga, alongside new smash hits like Oshi no Ko, Pluto, Science of Saru's groundbreaking Scott Pilgrimage adaptation.
Shit, if we're asking me, I think Pluto's the anime of the year, bro. Fuck
But, like,
that shit, dude. That shit was
How
crazy.
are you gonna name all of these, right?
And then Vinland Saga? No, it's good. I'm telling you. If you want to watch it, if you're...
I feel like I'm gonna have to for this blasphemy, dude.
There is no fighting in it. That's why people hate it. But it's really good, like, character development, world building type of stuff.
Dude, this is blasphemy.
Yeah,
I will give props to where it's due. Mobe-kun was definitely...
Yeah, it was good.
Mobe-kun Season 3 was definitely one of the better ones for me.
Yeah.
That's just fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yep. But if we're talking about shonen, only shonen,
It's
right?
a fan favorite, though.
Hmm?
It's a fan favorite.
Yeah. If we're talking about only shonen, and it's like JJK, I think Vinland Saga counts as a shonen, but if it's JJK and One Piece, dude, I just find it so hard to not give it to Gear 5. You know?
That's fucking crazy.
I find it so hard to not give it to Gear 5. But there's like 9 to 10 episodes, or 11 episodes, I mean, of JJK that are some of the best anime episodes in a minute. But Gear 5 to me trumps almost all of it. It's weird. It's so weird. I have no other logic besides I felt something watching Gear 5 happen, all those episodes, right? And a lot of JJK was like, oh, cool fights.
Mhm.
And that's it. But with like Gear 5, it felt like we finally got to this like peak that I've been waiting for so long that like it was, yes. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I felt all the emotions of like, finally Luffy is to where he's supposed to be. He is the sun god. He does have unlimited power, sort of. He can do all these things. It's against Kaido. It's at Wano. The fucking road poneglyphs. The crew's also fucking battling Big Mom and Kid and Law, and all of these things are happening, and we finally get the Luffy moment that we've been waiting for 1,100 chapters.
That's crazy.
Versus, or not 1,100 chapters, is like 1050 or whatever it was. Versus a bunch of cool fights put together. Yeah, that's it. And I'm just like, it's hard.
How are you going to have Anime of the Year and not include at least Attack on Titan on that list?
I think because Attack on Titan was an anime special. It was one episode special.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
So it doesn't count as a whole season.
You're right.
But
Fuck. But still, JJK isn't even on that.
Maybe because it's ongoing and like it's technically going to be done.
Oh, because it was Vinland Saga season 2.
No, I'm like, I think it's because it's going to end towards the end of the voting that they were like, it'll count for next year's. Unless they said fuck it and they're not going to put it in there.
Oh,
but
no, I'm curious.
Again, in my opinion, off of the ones I watched, I don't know.
I wonder what the criteria is.
In terms of story, right,
Yeah.
and fights, One Piece makes a strong argument, whereas JJK to me, and it could be biased because of how much I'm struggling with the manga right now.
Right.
To me, it's just a bunch of cool fights. And that's it. They were just like fight after fight after cool fight after cool fight. It was Drogo and Mojito and Megumi and all the dudes, and then Toto and what's her face. It was a bunch of fights after fights after fights with no like kind of build up. And I don't say no build up, very little build up. And I'm just like, okay, like it's cool, it's awesome, I love it. The Maho fight versus Akuna was fire. The Jogo fight versus Akuna was fire.
Mm-hmm.
The Choso fight versus Kenjaku fire. It was all good. It was all cool fights, but that's almost all I'm getting. It's just fights. That's my thing. But they were so good that I'm like, right? I don't know. It's hard for me. I don't know. Shout out both of those. I might. Do you want to kind of either? Do you want to read My Hero and catch up between now and next episode?
Oh, next episode, yeah. I was thinking next week. I'm like, this is gonna be a busy week. No, I should be able to.
Like a couple chapters a day, just to catch up a little bit, so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's spicy from like the little spoilers I'm getting sprinkled here and there on Twitter.
I'll have to reread it on either my iPad or my laptop though, because that'll be quicker. I think. Yeah. I'd be down.
But expect My Hero to come back in our old original pod. Jesus. Oh my God. In our old original pod, we used to talk about My Hero a lot, but we fell off of it.
Because it just started getting hella confusing.
Yeah. But we'll bring that back. But anyway, anything else? It's late. I'll let you go. Happy holidays if you celebrate. Happy New Year to everybody. We will be back 2024 because that's just the way it works. This man just got his ass bent. But anyway, we will see y'all next year. Happy holidays if you celebrate. If you don't, shout out you for whatever else that you do or celebrate. And then Happy New Year.
Be responsible.
Stay horny. Stay horny.
Stay horny.